The story of Earth's birth. Once upon a time, in the vast, dark expanse of the universe, there was a great explosion called the Big Bang. This incredible event happened around 13.8 billion years ago and marked the beginning of everything. From this explosion, tiny particles of matter and energy scattered across the cosmos, creating the building blocks of stars, galaxies, and planets. Many years after the Big Bang, there was a swirling cloud of gas and dust in a quiet corner of the Milky Way galaxy. This cloud, known as the Solar Nebula, began to spin and collapse under its own gravity. At the center of this spinning disk, a bright new star was born, our Sun. In the cooler, outer regions of the Solar Nebula, small grains of dust and ice began to stick together, forming tiny rocks. These rocks bumped into each other, sticking together to form larger and larger clumps called planetesimals. Over time, these planetesimals collided and merged, growing into young planets. One of these young planets was our Earth. As it grew larger, its gravity pulled in more and more material, causing it to heat up. The heat from these collisions and the decay of radioactive elements made Earth a fiery, molten ball. But Earth's story was far from over. One day, a giant object, about the size of Mars, crashed into the young Earth with a tremendous impact. This collision sent a huge amount of debris into space. Over time, this debris came together to form our moon, which began to orbit around Earth. As millions of years passed, Earth's surface began to cool down, forming a solid crust. Volcanic eruptions released gases from the planet's interior, creating a thick atmosphere. Clouds formed, and rain began to fall, filling the Earth's basins and creating vast oceans. In these ancient oceans, simple life forms began to appear. These tiny organisms, through the process of photosynthesis, started producing oxygen, slowly changing the composition of the atmosphere. This new, oxygen-rich atmosphere allowed more complex life forms to evolve. Meanwhile, deep inside the Earth, forces were at work. The planet's crust was divided into large pieces called tectonic plates, which moved and shifted due to the heat from the mantle below. These movements shaped the continents and ocean basins, creating mountains, valleys, and seas. And so, through countless collisions, fiery transformations, and gradual changes, our Earth was born. It became a dynamic, living planet, teeming with life and ever-changing landscapes. And that is the story of how our beautiful blue planet came to be.